Disco time, baby. I kind of forgot to delete those old ones, but fine. All right. Anyway.
There he still is, looking right through you.
I'm gonna turn this
with
game
his
up to like
white eyes.
-14
The
decibels,
body
but
below
if it's still
is
if it gets too loud, let me know.
to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth.
Damn.
More instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
Keep it.
Hands blue check. Thank you.
The hangover is clearly making these worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Ammonia. Oh man, hopefully it's not too serious. At least I hope not.
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Ooh, that's not good. Hopefully it heals.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Do you have any smelling salts?
Sure, I'm done with them.
She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to
Go
you.
easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Oh, don't worry. I already have a bad enough headache. Reminds me. Body, report your badge. Damages. Alright.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
That could very well be. It's just our stupid fucking health system. I swear, sometimes we have doctors who fucking just don't know shit. I don't need to equip it. I think I just gotta fuck him up, Kuno.
There he still is, looking right through you.
Oh,
with
has
his white
ammonia.
eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it, the ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
I think I don't want to be a cop anymore. Now wait, is that what damaged my morale before? I think so. Just spit
Are
and say
you
nothing.
okay, officer?
You feel the lieutenant pat you on the back, heavy rhythmic
You're
pats.
facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal.
I don't want to be a cop. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole
I've
life?
seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be
I
fine.
think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
Can't keep it
No.
down.
This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks you
You
in
need
the
to
eye.
get your shit together. We
Alright.
should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
It says half an hour, so will the half an hour unlock this? Probably. Oops. Equip and complete volumetric shit compressor thought. These fucking thoughts! How do I go to the... Oh, right. It's so weird. So left and right... It's so weird how you select the list. Squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that will help. Fuck it, L. Just, oh, and that artwork is just fucking horrendous for it. Oh my god. Let's see if I can go maybe get more ammonia. Actually, I guess I could talk to Kuno about this shit. That. Oi, Kuno! Fucking little shit.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Back down from Kuno -1. Oof.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Look at that fucking shit!
Mm.
You're trying to get Kuno killed! Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat!
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen! Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N running down his trouser leg.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, I told you so. Any louder.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
I don't know. I'm reading these, and I love 2 and 3. I have, yes. Does this adequate depiction of a South Sumerian man have anything to do with it? Or yes, does this quaint, better not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it? Gotta go with number 3. It fits our fucking build right now.
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you picked it after the mug fucker, cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Fuck Kuno. There was that store down the street. Actually, no, let's go ask about the, the, dumpster here, too.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
The victim's
How
clothes.
strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Who else has it treated to the trash
The
container?
trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
All right.
Yes. What thing?
Why can't I go
What
into
are
the
you,
kitchen?
a cook now? That's none of your business.
Pertinent by investigating the
He
kitchen.
wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
Ah,
Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
all right, good.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
Toss his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
I'll pay you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Yes, logic. Thank you.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Okay.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
2
An
hours?
hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
Oh, oh, that sounds so good. Yeah, drinking hasn't turned out too well for me.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter.
Oh my god. No.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and your act together. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
I just noticed her hat is a jester, like cap, but it's not.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
We can get that later.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this?
She looked at the cover boasting a color photo of 2 girls kissing. Ooh la la.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
What's the fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish. No. I don't like it. I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Kim, let me have my fun, damn it.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
You have ammonia for sale?
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Oh, can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Do you know who it
Not
was?
really.
You knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. I don't know.
Long.
Really long.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Medicine cabinet.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Saint Baptiste.
Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We
Who is-
don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
I'm sure there's only one of each of these, but... Huh. I mean, these aren't too bad. Nosafed for 90 cents. 350. Okay, the 250 for that. That makes sense. Oh wow. I'll have to get these later. I need to save up my money. Who's
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare
So
case
I
where
don't
that really
understand
is the
this.
full
I
etymological
noticed like
history.
he's saying what I
As far
believe is
as
the
almost
original
anyone
term,
knows,
which
at
is
least.
like, I guess like in Red Dead Redemption, like instead of Saint Denis, it's called Saint Denis. So in this, it's Saint Baptiste. So is sane with the silent T the proper way to say it? But of course, kind of like what she's going through is we've kind of Americanized the word. I don't know. Then again, I think some other countries do that too, though. All diplomatic. Alright, so you got on here. Let's see. Let's check the body again real quick, see if I can do anything. She didn't have any ammonia, though, from what I saw.
There he still is, looking right through you.
Oh, right, we're waiting for the... Yeah. Because doesn't that give me... Doesn't really give me a bonus. Where can I find a bag again?
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Good mailbox.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow.
Fucking brilliant.
Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
All endurance white checks. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap or endurance race. Oh! Oh, fuck! Wait, so... Hold on, I want to try something. Let's make a save. What happens Forget requirement. You do not have enough. Oh, right. It uses fucking skill points. Forgot about that. Okay, so I can go back to the body. Where do I get it back again? I'm trying to remember. Didn't we find it? There it is. See it. You there. Fuck yeah. Hobo cop time, baby.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell, emitting it. As you breathe in,
Yes.
the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They always do that.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
We should have a look at that belt before we even consider taking him down. It looks worrisome.
Okay.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
Tell me about the armor.
It's clearly some manner of super armor. Or future armor. Super future armor. I'm useless.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Pull the boot off.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Yeah.
Brutal!
Yeah, let go of the
What's
boot.
wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by pulling on the deceased foot?
Having the fucking
A
boots.
small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint Organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
Does this remind me
If
of...
trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Serial number on the right
Good.
of the saboteur.
Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678 Let's lie.
No.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Jesus.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Not too much, yes.
Damn. It's enough.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
Up into
The
rest
locals
of it.
probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days.
God. I don't know if it's because it's getting warmer now, but it's fucking... Oh, that explains it. It's now 72 fucking degrees. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. It's... Weather's starting to kick up. I hate it. Because I have my window open to kind of air out, but... And it ain't helping.
We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Alright, hold on. Alright.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremity. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Reinforced kind.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
How they even get them up
A
there?
noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Ah, that's fair.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Perfect.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure. I agree.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound,
Ah!
a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench, eyes like a shark.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Yeah, we got it all.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Could we shoot it?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and
Oh
gives the
god, right.
cartridge
We have
5
old
tucks.
we have old fucking guns. I forgot about that. Oh god.
Securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's stess position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner.
Gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
a lot of things were wrong with that shot. The Phalostes was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
They only have one gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
Oh my gosh.
That is even more unfortunate than the badge. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
I won't.
Take it, you fucking banana poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Oh, I can't quick save.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
We have a 42% chance.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely
Oh, you're right, maybe.
two-dimensional.
Maybe.
The metal buckle glimmers, catching the morning light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
No, fuck. I should have saved beforehand. Because I really want to do it. Alright. Fire! Yes!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Ace is high.
The
Hey!
ace is high.
Hey! Hey! Slap it! Yeah! Fuck you, dialogue. I'm
The
gonna
lieutenant
enjoy my
takes
boy.
a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I kind of want to now forget one of these. What does Ace's High do? Ooh. You know what? As much as I do... Oh, wait, no. I could get more thoughts. How do you get more thoughts? Oh. To spend skill points. Oh, God. See, then I could do this and get more HP. If we want to be able to shoot her now, though. Oh, actually, no. I have an idea. Let's hold off on my points because I just realized something I want to try out.
These guys were.
Oh, actually, but first, I do want to do the feminist one. The hobo cop. Fun. Oh. You know what? Nah, drop hobo cop. Let's get aces high for my boy. Give me 2 hours, okay. Because oh yeah, it says bonuses from thought, all endurance white checks unlocked, learning cap from endurance. Yeah, so maybe I'll keep that because then that way my physical stuff is kind of more available to me. Because then I can get more HP or do other stuff. Because crime scenes make laws of physics work for the law. I might up that one, honestly. The rhetoric is probably pretty good, too. Oh, but logic is good, too. Oh, man. Like, I want to be a smarty pants. Yeah, we're gay. You got a problem with that? What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy. In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Alright. I really should delete these so I don't have like a bunch. Fuck. Oh. I see what I did wrong. Delete all these. God, I can't believe it took me. These were a year ago. I kind of want to put up logic. I'll wait till I get more thoughts before I use skill points on thoughts, but maybe I'll try to hold on to my points.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, At 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, ep.2, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
Yeah.
That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
HDB.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by
Oh,
his
it's date and arrival time.
That's
Oh, okay.
because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out. 1015. It's understated.
Good. Let's go with that. NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
You know, I guess he has a point.
He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to
Mondial.
olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The pudgy mess of
He's
curdled
white-ish.
meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Oh my
Man.
god.
Pigs can have sex.
Right, fucky, fucky.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
HDB 41 0803.1015 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then,
We should start the post-mortem.
the corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodin, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodin, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Remove the boot has a serial
Sorry.
number. It's E50.100.
Oh, good thing we didn't lie to him.
The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
Ooh.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right
Give me 1
shoulder
second. I'm
to
gonna
the
grab
heart.
me water.
The ink is blue
and
and
a little
white.
more of this coffee. I actually put a liquid death in the freezer to get cold faster, so I should remind myself to grab that. Oh. Okay.
The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet. The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark.
No.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the bell so we can get to the ligature mark. It's no use. We should get chain cutters. You can try with them. I have a pair in the toolbox of my kinema. Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Let's go get it. We'll report everything later.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine, that toy from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut is robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the
Alright. We'll still call him later. Alright. I love the animations you have when you, like, wear shit. Or, like, have them in your hand. Fucking Kuno.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion. By autopsy, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Mm-hmm. Cut with as much precision as you can, please.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come
Ooh.
loose.
Here we go.
After
Yes!
some
Look at-
deliberation,
wow!
you sink the cutters
Nice.
into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber.
You gotta love a
ends
good
together,
critical success.
sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
The dead man's penis is average sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Mm-hmm. We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
The hand feels heavy, filled with decay liquids, like it's ready to explode if squeezed hard enough. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat.
If I have to
and
go buy
darkness.
medicine, I will.
Mute silence as always.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts. Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
Neither am I. That's it. Same for toxicology and serology, and unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits lividity in the lower extremities, feet, hands, and neck, visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
I'll omit
What's
it.
next on the list? Let's
Description.
see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 box.
Right. Next? Nothing. Just in case. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
I'm reading it right now. Let's go with fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How'd it go?
Well, We established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Because we've already established the probable cause.
I'm gone.
Oh. Who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes either. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, Cobbo. What do you mean? It's the power of your...
Uh-oh.
imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
No.
Your lost Copo-Dopo would have been so primo. Come back later, Copo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Let's see.
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
Let's go! We're a feminist!
There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make
Robin,
out
dude,
the
thank you for the
letters
follow. Welcome on in.
revolutionary feminist agenda on the hull. It appears that some time ago, before you became a joke, you were an actual feminist. Somehow, you've come to that conclusion. Perhaps you can work your way back.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Let's see. Thank you for the 10 biddies. Could evolve into RFA. Would have to quit drugs to get out there. Oh, would have to quit drugs to get there. Okay. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Oh, good. The Hobocop stuff stays the same. Cool. But I'm going to stick with this. Actually, we have 2 points. I might... no, I'll wait. Oh my god, thank you for the 45 biddies. I appreciate it. You don't have to, but I greatly appreciate it. Gotta be ahead of Megs. Oh boy. You never know. You never know. I wonder if she's streaming today. Then I can give her a raid later. Oh yeah, she is. Cool. Anyway. I kind of want to up my perception to see if I can get that check. Wait, what kind of check is it?
The man is... The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
This is a white check, okay.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. The corpse...
Do you think we missed something?
There's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Kuno looks like he gets around. Knows Martinez. And its fridges too, probably.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Alright. Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Still pretty low on that. You know,
For
fridge.
the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing.
Where is it?
Bacon man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
Spill the beans.
By killing
Yes!
in his territory,
Yeah,
someone
dude,
has
yeah.
openly challenged Kuno. It's in his best interest to put them in their place.
Some arrogant shit thinks he can kill in the Kuno's kingdom without asking the Kuno first. That sounds like lawlessness to me.
A dark flame smolders
Ooh,
in
we
Kuno's
just
eyes
fucking got him
as
riled.
he ponders your argument. Wordless, like kings do.
This outlaw's fate is in your hands. Let's make an example of him. Help me locate him using a fridge body technology.
Alright, Kuno hears ya. See that shit house over there?
Mm-hmm.
A cold comes over you as you glance behind him
Plus
at the
bookstore.
crumbling colossus there.
Big tall one
casting
behind you.
a shadow on you.
You gotta get in that shit. In there, deep.
How do I get... okay.
Check the fucking basement, pig. Don't you know anything? Always check the fucking basement, recon style.
Fair enough.
There's a giant fridge down there. Fucking will fit, no problem. It looks like a white bear or some shit. Try not to piss yourself when you see it.
A white bear? A polar bear?
You didn't hear it from Kuno, pig. But don't forget where you heard it from.
Kuno owns you now, pig. You're Kuno's property.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I'm curious if I... Okay, I don't understand clicking the sticks with the items. It's kind of weird. However, okay, we don't need... Oh god. We don't need that right now. That. Take a look at that later.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Tear. There's the boat with the lady on it. We'll have to talk to her soon. We'll talk to her later. Nice. Ooh. More magnesium.
It's been a week and now they show up?
Fuck you. Ooh, nice. Heal up. There's my coat. Reaction speed, feeling twitchy, bum brain.
There must be another way into the building.
Why the fuck did that just fucking happen? Jesus. Holy shit. Where is... I have no idea why that was so loud.
Yeah, you better keep warm.
Maybe later.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Heck you. Where is... Wasn't this the building? Or is it that destroyed building he was talking about? Or do I have to go into the library?
I knew I should have quit.
Fuck. I don't remember. Because I remember the building, but I'm lost. Across from the whirling. Oh. Wait. Oh yeah, wait, don't I have to get in through the bookstore then? Yeah, because that would be the building, right? Hello, ma'am. Don't mind me.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
This is a police
Oddly
matter,
enough,
ma'am.
The more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be. It's what it wants. Thank you.
Talking is always good. You see
Yeah.
a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like.
Let's see if I can't convince her. If not, I wonder if she locked
Welcome
that,
to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
I'm not tense, I'm just... Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
I can investigate
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
I got this. On a quest to freeze the body.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
I've handled these situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
It's taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad energy.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
They're no match for me.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have?
Where I sensed its
the entity
presence.
takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably.
Oh!
I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Between the passage of heaven and hell.
Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
Maybe.
What you discover in there.
Maybe. Hold on, sorry. Alright.
What you discover? Probably just office space. And the damn fridge. Don't be scared.
Farewell, book peddler. Okay, maybe I didn't need this equipped right now. We'll see, though.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back.
A light probably is needed, though. Alright. It threatens your masculinity.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key.
Oh.
It's eerily silent. The door slides.
Oh,
slightly
wait, yeah,
open,
didn't she give me a key?
letting
I
a
wasn't paying
draft of
attention.
cold air into the room.
Hey. Smells like leather and sweat. A shot put ball. Oh.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Sounds good.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
I'll come back later. I don't want to risk it. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, when I see that low timing, I'm like, ugh. Ugh. I'm good. Look, bird. And liquid. Oh yeah, I still gotta talk to Kim about the case.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind?
But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio computers. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Yeah, maybe we should wait. I'll like grab whatever I can at least. Ah! Here we are. Healing item.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? This must be the fridge you were told about. Look inside. See if it's big enough for the corpse. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body, then?
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier.
Hell yeah, we did it.
Half an hour down to the bed. Then to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
I love you, Kim.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Talk of the ice bear sarcophagus must not leave this room. As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory, among numerous defeats. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection, under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting. The bear's eyes are still glowing red. Its guarding open. You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
You know what? Might as well. And then I can reload if it was a waste of a perception.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red.
No!
You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
I could wait to see if I get any perception gear. Yeah, I might do that. I could still save this for stuff. Well, damn, that's a waste of 2 magnesium. But we made a save here, which is good, so. Okay, well, now that we have that handled. Alright, Kim, let's talk for a bit.
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
That reminds me, hold on, do I still... Okay, yeah, send victims body processing, so that's still good, okay. Okay. Wonder if I always have to put a point in. Wonder if you can take off clothes and put them back on to gain like a bonus back. If I see anything with perception, though, remember
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him. but use the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
And retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
It's just stupidity.
Stupidity.
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary, somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are two columns. One says, cases solved. The other, confirmed kills. The rows are endless. Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then the rows degrade into green nothingness. It's all part of the master plan, you see.
A master plan?
The silence carries.
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist. Well, technically. The official record keeper has been known to double count murder-suicides.
A common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to compete. I came because I had to. My fellow officers, the sergeants in particular, would have made this scene into a circus. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
What do you think they sent me?
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting for too long.
Damn it. Let's talk about you for a minute.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular.
Take away the
at
one,
Australia.
it's 420.
A point of pride to him.
No.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods.
We'll come back to that later, probably.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his familiar mnemotechnique A6 and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His...
Good. Let's change the subject.
All right. Need to figure out the mystery of
A
this for
thick
that
layer
lady.
of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, the echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Something
Yay.
breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then...
Hello?
Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear
Well, did you
a
look
low
at that?
rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Nice. I may have to go buy some of that magnesium. I'd actually probably buy that one medicine that gives me 3 healing. Listen to that later. The fuck is that? Oh. Ah! That tear? Hold on, wait. Oh, it's not. Damn. Hello there.
Hello. I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you? Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
And yeah, some
Of course,
questions.
I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
We'll still do the dice at some
No
point.
falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well,
What kind of ruckus?
there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Oh, right. The kitchen should be open around this time,
She's
too.
heard
We need
of
to
the
go over
murder,
there
but
and talk
did
to
not
those dock
see it,
workers.
sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
That's what I thought, because when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep up new businesses and so on.
God.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time. Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Man, that's basically life. Life is just D&D.
Anything else?
Alright.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Oh, interesting. That would actually make sense why it's doing so well. Okay, I can't do that yet.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real? Exactly.
Honest market
Truth
fluctuations.
is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
True.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Aces high.
For the rest of the world, the Aces High is just a cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary connotations. Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades, and those cargo pants could store tools for hotfixing your aerostatic. Maybe you should ask him about this.
Indeed. Empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi and the roots of the RCM. Fuck. Ooh.
Yes? What about me? What? This? It's just seasonal clothing.
And those look like airman pants, good for storing tools.
Where is this going? Interesting. I think it's called the brain.
It's no mere brain.
Normal people don't have this. It's like a mind laboratory, spiritual R&D division. No palette, no better yet. A painter's artillery of concepts.
Okay, art cup.
I've realized that you harbor some kind of sentiment towards the Revolutionary Air Battery.
I do not harbor a sentiment
Brigades.
for revolutionary air brigades in particular. Okay,
Brigades?
I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force. Absolutely nothing.
The revolutionary must have added a little luster to it for a 10-year-old Kitsuragi. He will never admit it, though.
I've noticed. And okay, the revolution employed a more forward-looking H-rotor design. Their blades were foldable and their pilots were better trained and motivated. I see this from a purely tactical standpoint, of course. Good. Good. Let's change the subject.
You know, I could use... Wait, you think I could take it out? Wait, I have an idea. We do need to go and investigate the Whirling Rags again, but I want to test something here.
The dusty radio computer sleep. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stir. It's empty like a beehive. With the filament you have would fit like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, a bar of fabric. Right.
I'm just gonna skip through this because I actually remember this one very well.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name? One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Yes, I am alive. I am 74.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded. Now please tell me the reason for your call for the filament you have inserted into the reader. That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yeah.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Received. I will register this.
Don't worry. Passwords of
Fortress accident. Thank you.
tiles on the cube are
What's the password over here?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red mark. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. History classes, radio frequencies, it seems. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. All they must have had massive airwaves. Someone a conductor for whoever. A list of names under the stations. There's no way a little basement studio working here.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines.
Where's the board? Elf.
Your flashlight. Some of the writing has faded with age. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out. The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "This is a..." It looks a bit like a mini-me stands for a mini meeting. As time goes on,
looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the photo column. Entire, you see primitive oil, a pinned postcard. These light translucent.
I noticed,
you
like,
one
if
of the
I
Welkins,
yeah,
towering
I wonder
among
if
the rest.
it's
Appears to be
programmed
different,
to
however.
skip a certain amount of time based on like what we choose and stuff. So if you like rapidly click through stuff, it's gonna go through that specific time.
It's Var the Haldor.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Some people really like building a world, I think. This
True.
looks like concept art for a project.
Welkin
It's not really real.
supremacists.
Just look at those details.
Okay, let's see. Pretty sure I cut the. Oh, I can.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
I feel like that would be interesting.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We World board game, with heat death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left
So
unfinished.
true.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... It's too late for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's...
Such a fun conversation.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Nothing happens. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. It's good. Please repeat the password. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress.
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat? Still no. Receive.
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Thank
I'm
you.
sure it
Tiles
would,
on the cube
but because I
are
remember
still
we did this
smoldering.
before,
The
I'm
filament
gonna do my
flies
own
out
shit.
of its-
I'm selling this bitch. I need money, and it's 3:30. I gotta move my ass. Oh man, I do not. The reason why I'm kind of moving my ass is because from where we stopped, I know like what happens if I don't fucking get the money in time, and I don't want to sell a certain you know what. Alright, let's tell her about this shit.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in... Yes? How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Fuck it, we're just gonna slap her in the face.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into...
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Yep. Some people. Just some people. What are you gonna do? Oh yeah, I still have my gloves on, but I took those off. Well, I'll talk to the little girl later. Let's I also gotta report my fucking badge soon. God damn it. What's her schedule? Okay, I can't read the schedule. Let me see.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I just took his shit right there. I go out that door?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The door does not budge. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one.
Oh no.
The old building next to this, half ruined. The door stands silent.
Do you know anything about this door?
The man ponders his cooking utensils. He looks up at you, then looks away. Quick shrugging is an international sign for no.
Fair enough. Do you know anything about this door?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Yeah, you want to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. Yes?
Let me see. Can I use the crowbar? Let me try that, and then I'm gonna go to the pawn shop. Sell that shit.
You see a heavy...
Damn it. Let's try and go to that pawn shop, because I have 15 real right now. If I can just... Oh! Wait, okay. I spoiled myself on one thing. I'm going to attempt it. Now that I just remembered it. I got spoiled on this a little bit, because I was kind of reacting to Crystal play this. I was only really watching the stuff that I've pretty much played through. And this was a choice I didn't know you could do because I was nervous about it. So I'm going to do that. Oh, wait. Or should I call this in first? Yeah, let me call this in first. Well, no. I'll go... Oh, God. Oh, God. See how this goes. Hi, ma'am.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy. Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave. Late 40s style, positively statuesque, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to glitter yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Erdenil.
It's for the
As I
investigation.
was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
I am sorry.
Fuck!
It just doesn't come out of your mouth. What does is surprisingly eloquent, really. The last one.
Excuse me?
What you meant to say was...
Volition? Fuck! I can't level it up because I need some. No! Fuck, that was my chance. Oh well. Anyway.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later. What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Over-aggressive commie
In its
posturing.
defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
What does that even mean?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so
Jesus.
you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially,
The king
not
is
only
dead,
are they
long live the
kings
workers.
of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
This checks out.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically
right back.
corrupt. I
Turn
imagine
off
he
my,
has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Oh, took a nice stretch too.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Oh boy.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
Holy fuck.
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Evrart and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
The leech.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi, from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he...
Of course, I sympathize.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Of course. The situation is extremely volatile. I'm afraid I can't... Of course.
Okay.
The situation is extremely volatile. Of course.
No, that's fine. We'll hold off on doing that for now. We'll replace the visit. I'd rather do that to make because then I can maybe try something. Perfect. Wish there was like a fast forward button. Sick. All this shit up there. For some reason, the FPS is janking up a bit from the zoomed out camera and it's fucking with me.
The tear machine stands and your bottles clunk into the machine.
$1.50. Nice.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the...
Let's see. Oh wait, what's that?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like...
Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Ooh, the cigarettes are kind of worth it from the stats. It helps with my intellect.
No, Frick only sells legal drugs.
Damn, no under-the-counter drugs. Damn. Though, isn't one of my themes avoiding... Oh yeah, isn't it the feminist stuff? I can't touch drugs. I wonder if that was what the recovering addict bit was. Kind of want to still do Hobo Cop. There's so much of this shit. Homosexual. Oh no. I can only imagine the shit that would happen with that. Let's see. Man, there's a lot of shit here. Alright, yeah, I think I'll hold on. Anyway.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on...
I want to look around.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted... The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and...
Okay. I'll save those later. Let's talk to him.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Okay, her.
This is a pawn shop, And it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal my morale.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig. Which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it.
You don't think that's
and truth be told,
the one girl
she was
Kuno,
terrifying.
Right? Kunice, or the fuck?
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the Force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Not even a description.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Yeah. I feel like this could be useful. I'm gonna sell the shop, but fuck you.
Another time, perhaps.
And I say items shouldn't really do much for me. I think they're just to sell.
Hello again. How can I help you? Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
Nice. Now, my concern is hopefully I just hope items aren't necessarily for this stuff, because that ID card, if that would have helped me with something. Oh boy. That's why I kind of made the save right there, because the putt ball I don't care about.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Well?
Better for the trouble.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Cool.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Guess. No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
I'm sorry. Opt in.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Logic. It's cooking. What do I get so far? Rigorous self-critique. I lose 1 authority. It'll take me 6 hours. Excuse me. I have 2 skill points. I feel like that would like work with my with Hobocop, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. Definitely gonna keep the endurance stuff. Ace I'm gonna keep. I kind of like this because it would help with male characters. So let's unlock a slot, and we're gonna learn rigorous self-critique. And I think, oh god, I think I'll save it right there. Yeah, I know it's been 2.5 hours for this run, but I mean we've already done a bit of Atomfall earlier, so I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm not gonna do Ninja Gaiden because I figured I'll just do that tomorrow. But we'll probably still stream a bit longer, but figured this is a good amount of time spending on this. At least we got a lot done technically. And then I'm thinking of playing more Saturday. So we'll take a very good look at our book here and figure out what to do. Oh god, my back's killing me. So for those watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.